Hello, that guy Jonathan here. How y'all doing? First off, I know I haven't been uploading. I launched this whole channel and haven't uploaded in 2 months. But I did have a video that was ready to go until my application crashed and I lost all the editing that I had done. And I didn't go back and edit, and I've been looking for other ways to do that. So I had a whole cooking video. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. Still may release it, but I haven't had it at the time. But what I wanted to talk about today was what I've been doing in my life in terms of micromanaging and seeing things differently after the trip I took from Europe, and how I've been dealing with going from a management style position to working part-time, 2 jobs, about to be hopefully a third, and how that seems crazy, but it's not, because I have literally started micromanaging my life, where I have calculated the time in a week, the time I sleep, the time that I brush my teeth, the time that I cook, the time that I take to eat, the things that I go do on a regular basis, such as hike, or perhaps watch TV, or play games, or do those various things that I do, literally calculating everything and breaking it down. How I balance my income, how I balance my time, and how much time I can spend working to achieve a goal of a certain amount of savings. That way, when 10 months from now, about a year hits, I will have the options to move, which I was considering Portland. And if I didn't want to move, then I could look into different things that I really hope that I want to do, because I'm taking my time to learn, to adapt, to grow. And it's been really good. It's been stressful, but I have learned to do things a little bit differently. Something as simple as, I don't know if some of you have seen the post about me driving to work and driving slower. I have chosen now to not drive over 60 miles per hour. And that is literally, I travel on the interstates every day when I travel anywhere. The speed limit is 70, and people think, well, speed limit 70, you need to do that. That is on the interstate. The speed limit is 70. That is, if you go over 70, you are literally breaking the law. And I don't want to continue doing so. 1, breaking the law, and 2, it has dramatically improved my miles per gallon. I now drive not over 60 and get 450 miles to a 13-gallon tank, where I used to get roughly about 300 because of my driving habits. I have also increased my calmness. I'm not an aggressive driver anymore. And literally, I feel a lot safer. I don't feel like I need to be in a hurry. I've de-stressed. I balance time. And literally, unless you're traveling hundreds of miles over long periods consistently on one interstate, the difference between a 60 and 80 mile per hour time frame or speed, if you get stopped by a red light or a stop sign, it becomes almost arbitrarily irrelevant. I travel now no more than 60 miles per hour, and I have gained 150 miles per tank, which makes my spending on gas extremely great. Because I added it up, or I looked this year, because of my Redstone account has a money management app that is very convenient, very helpful. It's very good. If you've never had Redstone, I advise you to check them out, because they've got some good stuff going on that makes other people with other banks, then when I talk about my financial stuff, almost jealous. So if you haven't even looked at it, I suggest doing it, because I have options where how you're trending, how to manage budgets, how to literally set up budgets that they can link other banks' accounts to your account. They can link your 401k. They can link all sorts of stuff together. That way you have one place where you see all your money and can manage it more efficiently and better. So, with that little caveat out of the way, I literally budget $100, 80 to $100 a month for gas now. Now, that may be extremely crazy for some of y'all who travel long distances, 45 to an hour commute, and then on top of that have larger vehicles that only get 15 to 20 miles per the gallon. You could drastically improve your car's performance just by slowing down and not going over 60. and also a few other various things, such as don't gun it. Don't press down on the gas real hard to give it that power. Some of these vehicles are very suited to hauling things, and they could literally carry a house if they needed to. There is no need for this amount of power just to get you from point A to point B. It satisfies some instantly gratuitous thing in us to just press the gas and think we're getting there, when really in time and efficiency it is irrelevant. So, with that, slow down. Don't drive so quickly. You will save money, you will save gas, you will save lives, and you will save the planet. Imagine how much difference it would make if we didn't have to frequently use our emergency services. We had less emergencies. Imagine the things that could be less, such as not as many cops having to go as many wrecks, such as fire trucks, such as ambulances, such as healthcare, having to pay for the cost of transport, for treating people, for doing all that, simply because we as a society and an environment chose to drive less aggressively and chose to drive with safe notions in mind. Those numbers, imagine insurance, how much it would decrease because you drive safe. Insurance rates are already notorious for dropping a few years after a driver has been consistently driving safe, because they know that there's going to be a less cost associated with this driver because they're less likely to have a wreck. This is just purely statistical data, and it follows. So, with that, I want to move on to another subject. That is the idea of public transport here in North Alabama. And imagine having a public transportation system down the center of an interstate. I'm not talking about eliminating cars, I'm not talking about eliminating lanes, I'm talking about that massive median space in between lanes, running from Decatur to Huntsville, from Athens to Coleman, something as simple as that. There could be a large space devoted to a train to get us on up into Chattanooga, that could get us on down south to the coast. Now, this is a large investment, it would be a large time frame, and it would ultimately bring jobs, and as we could allow for people to take this transport, they could pay to take this transport, spend less money than they would a year on it than they would car insurance, gas, car maintenance, such as oil changes, brake changes, tires, all that type of stuff. Less on just that, rather than also the upfront cost of purchasing a car. I mean, $10,000 to $30,000 is an easy initial estimate for how much it costs to take a car, to buy a car, and then to keep it maintained. The income is astronomical. And then imagine how much time it can eliminate off a commute. That's a daily commute, charting it. If somebody had to be at work by 8 a.m. and they left at 7, hopped on a train and got there by 8, and how much you wouldn't spend time in traffic because less people would be driving less cars, because they could take a transport that was on time, that was safer because it's being driven by one person who is certified, who is trained, who can do that type of stuff. And all this gridlock on the interstate, instead of one person taking up a space in a vehicle that could hold 4 to 5 people, one person taking up space on a train, you multiply the space that we would personally use a whole lot, and it would be so much more efficient. So, with that, also considering other benefits, health benefits. Consider health benefits as well. People are less likely to go to fast food, instant, gratuitous, non-healthy options for you. They are more likely to plan meals, to plan lunches. I know I personally am now, but it becomes, you gain more income and you eat healthier food, and then you also walk more. You help the heart. Honestly, we're an extremely obese nation, and if we walk more, how dramatically it changes your life just to walk. And with that, you would have, again, less cost in the healthcare, less cost in insurance, because you wouldn't be using it as much, so the cost would go down. And this is large system to small system ideas that I'm throwing around. So with all this, take that into account, and then consider what it would take to do it. I don't know logistics. I haven't sat down and done that. I'm planning on writing to both senators and representatives. I'm getting that data collected, and that way I can present it in a fashion that is practiced, that is open, that is honest, and is what I want to see as a citizen of this location. I haven't considered everything in. That's why this video is going out. That's why I'm giving this to y'all. That way you can say, hey, consider this. Hey, consider that. No, I don't like this. No, I don't like that. I think these things should be done. I think these things should be done. But if we're not having a conversation about it, then we're doing ourselves a disservice to begin with in this era of constantly exchanging ideas. So please share this with other people. Let them comment on it. Let them do whatever they do. Say this guy's crazy, or this is a great idea, or whatever you want to do, or anything in between of this is irrelevant, or this is not even affecting my life whatsoever. But if you want to save time, if you want to save money, if you want to be healthier, I think this is a good way to go. Because we could very much influence, well, consider having a train from the airport to our great Space and Rocket Center here in Huntsville. Consider the tourism that we could gain from having public transport, because people don't want to show up and rent a car and then drive on the roads, and take that into their control and understanding of, I have to deal with however these drivers drive. Maybe they're uncomfortable with driving, maybe they don't like driving at speeds of that fast. You could entrust them to a transport system that takes care of that. Larger cities do it all the time. We just have been pretty much in the rural South, so we haven't developed that infrastructure, and we are a society that has built our entire U.S. on the idea of cars. So, just throwing these ideas out there. Let me know what you think. I'm going to start providing statistics. I'm going to start providing specific data sets. I'm sharing that through Facebook every now and again. Please follow me on there if you haven't. I don't post very much, but those things, when I post moments like that, I generally post now things that are of relevance to ideas, to potentials, to futures, not just, haha, funny picture. I do occasionally, but. So, with that, take that in consideration. Let me know what you think, and I'll hopefully be uploading a lot more, even if they're not very well done, these videos. So, hopefully you find something new, you consider a new idea, and you just think about something different. So, with that, y'all take care. Thank you.